YouTube? It's your boy Good Feats, and we're back with another Good Feats vlog. This actually is now going to be episode number 1. So I've decided to kind of scrap the direction in the way that I was going previously with the content and with the vlogs. And we're kind of starting brand new, fresh. So we're still going to keep those videos up and out, but we're going to start a whole new series starting with this particular video here. I know I haven't been streaming or putting out videos and content in a while. There's a lot that's been going on in life. With the passing of my brother, with the crashing of the first G80, and just kind of life in general. Things with, the kids, the family, everything like that, and work and whatnot. There's been a lot on my plate. So I haven't really had the time to sit down and to kind of carve the direction that I will want to take the channel. The thing about me is anytime when I start doing content, if it's not natural, it's not organic, and I don't feel like it's me, I lose interest in it and I kind of delve away from it. But now I finally feel that I have the direction and the narrative that I want as far as the channel. And I feel like it's something that's going to keep me tied to the channel. And having put out more content and more videos for you guys, because this is not only something for you guys, but this is also something for me and something also to honor my brother. Before we even get into it, we're going to still keep one of the favorite segments that you guys have had, or one of the favorite segments that you guys have known previously, and that is the good feats of the day. So we're still going to open up every video with that. So without further ado, what are the good feats of today? We're gonna go with a release that just came out not too long ago. I'm actually kind of lucked up on this too. So these were a select pair as far as like a certain insignia on the shoe, and I actually got blessed with a pair of them, so it's super dope. But for today's good feats of the day, we're gonna go with the Jordan Rare Air 4s. This is a super tough sneaker. The colorway is so crazy to me, in my opinion. Let me see if I can zoom in. There we go. The colorway is so fire. It's like a royal blue with a red and like a black and gray suede. And it even has a detachable tongue, so I can show you guys, or a detachable badge, why these shoes are so iconic. I ended up getting the pair with the gold writing instead of the white. Very limited pair, so these are super dope. Let's put this back on upside down because that's too fire. But yeah, it's a shoe that I copped about a couple weeks ago. Definite tough shoe, definite heat. I've been having my eye on these for quite some time. And I just waited, and I ended up getting real lucky that these didn't really move the way that a lot of people thought they were going to move. So I ended up getting these for retail right off the Nike app. And because I was one of the few people that actually copped on the Nike app, and just copped the shoes in general, Nike gave me one of the limited pair with the gold insignia. So yeah, these are too crazy. I still haven't worn these yet. I haven't put them on my feet. So we'll do that in a little bit. We'll go out to the hallway right here. I'll throw these on my feet so y'all can see what they look like on the corns, and then we'll get into the video. Alright, and there y'all go. There y'all have it. The Rare Air 4s. Definite fire shoe. Alright, so this video is going to be more of an update than anything else. As far as like showing any kind of car content or anything like that. It's just going to kind of be me here and just explaining what's been going on over the last couple months. And what you guys have forward to look for on this channel. Alright, so the new and revamped Good Feats vlog channel is going to be specifically dedicated to just the vehicle that I'm building. I know over the past I've introduced Vaughn. I even had I even shot a couple videos that I was gonna release out to, as well as some other cars and some other of my friends. Every now and then we'll still have some guest appearances, but for the most part, this whole channel is gonna be the documentation of building the specific vehicle. Now, what vehicle, you may ask? Now, a lot of you guys know my G80, the first one I got, the 2024 M3, was the first M3 I ever had. I had a built M3 before, where I took an E30 chassis and turned it into an M3. I basically took all of the internals of an E36 M3, suspension, powertrain, interior, everything, and I just swapped it into a E30. But my G80 was like my first real like factory bought M3. Everybody knows my infatuation for BMWs. My last probably 4 or 5 vehicles have been BMWs, probably even more if I sit down and really count them out. So we do know that I'm staying within that realm. I was gonna make this be a big surprise and secret to you guys with the way I was going to do this channel to begin with, but now that I feel like I finally found what I want to create content on, there's no need to hide it. So yes, I am now going to be recreating the process of a G80 M3. So that is the car that I decided to purchase. I kind of been going back and forth between getting a G80 and getting a G90, which is the new version of the M5. There were a couple things that steered me away from that, mainly it not being manual, and mainly not having enough history on the vehicle, because it's just a new vehicle, for me to feel comfortable enough of delving into that. Excuse me, being one of the first guys or the first pioneers to do so. I feel like I have a lot of unfinished business with the G80 because I only had my first one for about 7 months before we had the accident. So for me, it kind of was like a no-brainer to bring it back. And that now goes into what this folder is here. So I decided to do the same thing that I did with the first one. I currently have an open allocation for purchasing a new G80. I built this one a lot differently than the first one. So we know the first one was green, the Alaman green with the Kalami bucket seat interior as a manual. I'm still keeping the manual. I'm still going bucket seats, but I changed the complete color. So the exterior is going to be a different color and the interior is going to be a different color. Now that is something that I'm not going to release to you guys. I feel like that's going to be a super dope video, just showing you guys the actual build and the spec when it does get here. So we're going to hold off on that, but I am letting you guys know I am going with another G80 M3, and it will be a manual as well too. I kind of flirted around for a little bit on trying to do the X-Drive thing, but that I feel like the X-Drive thing is cool. The reason why we're even going into this channel is just because a lot of respect is not put on the actual manual, just manuals in general, especially the G80 manual community. So I've been part of the G80 manual community for a while. It's not a bunch of us, but it's enough of us in this group, and we're just always getting like some slack, and we're always like not getting represented correctly or properly. So I feel like if anybody's gonna do it, who but me, right? So what we're gonna end up doing on this series, and what I'm documenting, is me making and building one of the fastest G80 manuals in the world. So that is a direction that I feel would be great to watch. I've actually had a lot of support from the guys in the group, you know, asking for me to stick to this and do this. And I feel like this is something that is going to get good traction. This is something like, even if it doesn't get good traction, for me to be able to look back and see like the progression and how I came along with the vehicle is going to be great to watch. So that is ultimately what we're going to be doing content on. It's going to be supremely, or not supremely, but for the most part solely just this vehicle and whatnot. So let me talk a little bit about the vehicle. I know I'm not giving you guys the color, but I did go with the individual color. So what that means is that the color that I did choose for the exterior is not a regular option given by BMW. It's one of their higher options. And it's like a color that you're not gonna really see often. It's not regular traffic color. So that's super dope. And I matched it up with an interior that I feel like is gonna complement it really well. So I'm actually really excited to see the build. And actually be able to get my hands on it and to start the build. I've already been going insane. I've bought a ton of parts already. So I have a lot of parts that I've taken off of the old G80 as far as like cosmetics and stuff like that. And I've bought a ton of performance parts. So I'm like really serious with this. This is not something where I'm like, hey, I think I'm going to try to make one of the fastest G80s. Like I'm already in deep. I'm not gonna lie. I've been spending so much money on accumulating parts. That way, when the car does come here, we're able to get right to it. I do have a shop out here in Maryland that I'm gonna be using. It's a friend of mine that I'm actually really close with, my boy Frank. He owns DG Built Performance, and between me and him, we're gonna build one of the nicest looking and one of the fastest G80 M3s on this planet. Is there anything else that I kind of want to give and go into at this point? I don't think so. I think this was like a really great intro. And I think I gave you guys a gist of like what's going on and what you guys could be expecting. And yeah, it ain't nothing to it but to do it at this point. One of the reasons that I feel motivated to even put on for the manual G80 community is because I think of the homie and the brother Merrick. He was on Street Alpha podcast a little while ago, and it's something that he said that resonated with me, and it's kind of like the bad narrative on G80 manuals. Merrick was like, if you want to be a slow guy, go get a G80 manual. And I'm tired of that narrative, right? Back in the day, like when I came up into the racing scene, the manuals were the fast cars and the autos were the slow cars, right? I'm not saying that you couldn't make an auto fast, you know what I'm saying? But now, like, the demographic is flipped so much now where, like, people look down on manual cars, like, tremendously. And I kind of want to rewrite that history and kind of let guys know, like, hey, you can have a manual and you can have a rear-wheel drive car and you can put the time and the effort and get the seat time, you know, with your car and become one of the fastest out. So that's what this, you know, that's what inspired me to get into this. So I've always, like, even my first G80, it was pretty quick. It was pretty quick. It looked good for the time frame that I had it. For the 7 months I had it, I did a lot to it. I was only scratching the surface after crashing that car and kind of sitting back and just kind of doing my research and digging into things. I have a better game plan and a better understanding of the car in itself and the capabilities and what you can do and what you can't do. And I just feel like I said, the manual community is just not represented correctly and properly. And the people that are doing, because there are a couple of fast manuals out there. Like I seen a video, like when you're on YouTube every now and then, you'll see a video where like somebody will sneak one in and it'll be like a 1200 horsepower manual G80, but they're gatekeeping so much information. They're not posting, they're not showing the build progress, they're not showing anything. So like somebody has to do it, right? And why not me? That's what I just figured. Why not me? So with that, we're going to kind of cut the video short here because I don't want to dig into too much. What we're going to start doing, the vehicle does not come for a couple months. So the car is supposed to start getting built in 5 months from now, about like 4.5 months from now. And I should have the car between 6 and 7 months. Kind of the same process that it took when I got the first one. So that gives me ample time to build up and accumulate as many parts as possible. That way, when the car does come here, we can expedite things pretty quickly and then start making noise for next summer. We're about to start going into the winter time of 2025. The car should be here towards the end of winter of 2025, going towards into spring. So it'll be like perfect timing when the vehicle does come. All right. So as of now, you guys are all updated. You guys know the direction that we're going, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I hope all you guys are excited. I hope I inspire some people to build their manual G80s. And I just hope that this channel is informative and you know, serves the people, man, because that's what it's all about. I appreciate everybody that's been here. Y'all know the vibes. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please hit that noti bell. That way you can be updated when all the videos come out. That way you don't miss a beat and you're able to catch all the information. Until the next time, I'll catch you guys on the next episode.